Welcome back to Athletic Everyday, day number 228. I've got 2 a day here for you, so 2 training sessions in one day, split across an evening session and a morning session. Morning session, I did some split jerks from the rack because I've seen these racks here and I thought it'd be interesting to see how doing jerks on the rack would be. It is very, very convenient because if you miss a lift or you need to, drop the bar, you don't have to lower it into the front rack position every single rep. You can just drop it onto the racks and then go again. The only downside to these is that they're just really, really annoying to set up. I had to constantly change the height of them because every time I would dip, or sometimes when I would dip, the weights would be hitting the racks and I wouldn't be able to get a full dip in there. So a lot of faffing around, and to set them up is a real pain in the arse. You need to have 2 people to put them down on their side, pull the racks to the right height, and then put the pins in. But now that they're at the right height, I'm pretty sure that I'm one of the only people in this gym that use these racks. So hopefully they'll stay at the same height for next time. We'll see if not. It was probably a bit more hassle than it was worth. I could probably easily do this out of a power rack and it'd be a lot easier to set up. But hey, I finally got a chance to do it, so I could really just work on my split jerk. One thing I have noticed from watching back these videos is that my heel pops up a lot, my right heel especially, as I dip in the dip phase of that jerk. My right foot especially likes to pronate a lot, and I notice the same thing when I do squats. It's very interesting actually, because I don't know if it's an ankle mobility issue. I have really good ankle mobility. I think it is just to do with the fact that my right foot is slightly more flat than my left foot, and it tends to want to pronate a lot more. I'm not sure exactly what that's from. It could be a neurological thing. It's definitely an anatomical thing because I can definitely hold a high arch with my right foot consciously, but excuse me, it's something to do with adding load, and there's a neurological factor there that means that my nervous system isn't firing in a way that I need it to in order to maintain that arch when I'm dipping, when I'm pushing my knee over my toe. But I guess more training, more practice could hopefully improve that. Maybe even potentially trying out a different pair of weightlifting shoes could put my foot into a more advantageous position and reduce the need for ankle mobility, especially with squatting, where I go below parallel when I drop into the bottom position of a squat. I also get quite a lot of pronation there, especially on my right foot. So potentially having a higher heel or a more stable shoe. These shoes that I use at the moment, I've had them for like probably the best part of 3 years now. 2 years, 2.5 years, and they, they're decent. They've got a heel elevation, but they definitely don't solve the foot pronation issue. But maybe, solving the foot pronation issue could be something to do with just working on my form, training my ankle mobility, and training coordination of my squats and so on. But yeah, so the morning session was split jerks, clean pulls, and then weighted dips. For the dips, I wanted to do work up to 2 heavy sets of 10, 2 sets of 10. For hypertrophy is all you need, especially when you train as frequently as I do. Go check out Will Rattel's video on 2 sets of 10 for hypertrophy. Really, really good watch and some very interesting concepts there. And as long as they're heavy enough sets, those last 2 reps being stimulating enough is in theory all you should need for a decent level of hypertrophy. And really love doing weighted dips, just going heavy with them, and also just doing high rep sets for pull-ups and dips is also a fantastic way to have really, really good upper body muscular development. You're training all the muscles of the upper body, and what's nice about weighted calisthenics, because that weight is being held around your waist, especially on pull-ups, I find that I get a lot more core engagement than you would, for example, with a lat pull-down. Much more functional exercises. I hate to say it, but they are more functional, and they're a really, really good way, really useful way to build functional strength for calisthenics movements like handstands, weighted push-ups, muscle-ups, front lever, so on and so forth. So top sets here were 24 kilos for 10 reps. Probably not the heaviest I've ever been, but then again, I'm not feeling the strongest I ever have. But I'm enjoying doing these weighted dips, even if it is not with the heaviest weight I've ever done. Then evening session, I went to a weightlifting club trial at the local university, Aberdeen University. And a lot of it was just powerlifting, so sort of meeting new people, going through all the lifts. But then at the end of the session, I was able to do some snatches, worked up to a top set of 80 kilos, and I did power snatch plus full snatch. Form wasn't the best. You can see I'm jumping it back about a country mile. But at this point in the day, I was pretty fatigued, pretty exhausted. But it felt good to move some decently heavy weights for me and do it with decent form as well. Then lastly, I did some weighted pull-ups. So I did a top set of 45 kilos. I just added on one 15-kilo plate each time. And neutral grip was quite nice today. And I think for the top set of 45 kilos, I managed to get like 3.5 reps. I'm not really counting the 4th rep. You can see that here. I guess my pull-ups aren't as strong as they have been in the past. I feel like I could have easily gotten 5 with 45 in the past. But yeah, it's fine. It's cool. I'm happy with it. It's all part of the process. You will have days where you're feeling weaker. Then for that last set, I dropped back down to 30 kilos and did an AMRAP, which turned out to be 6 reps. Not the most impressive, but hey, it is what it is. So yeah, in summary, very good 2-a-day workout. 2 workouts one day means I can get a lot more work in and I can really focus on the work that I need to do on each part of the workout. So I'm looking forward to doing more of these workouts and having the freedom to do it. All right, that's it for me today, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next workout.